Hey, what's up, guys? This is Muzz coming from Reborn Mind, Body, Soul. And if you're watching this, you believe in new beginnings and becoming your own ultimate superhero. Now, my intention for this video, holy, do I hope that there's a woman out there watching this. This could be super beautiful. It'd be awesome for you to listen in on some of this insights coming from a man. And if you're a guy watching this is great because you could be like, what the heck is this guy doing? So if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. What? Celibate for about 8 months from women? As a man? What? In Las Vegas being celibate? What the heck is that all about? You're coming to the one night stand capital of the world. You're crazy. You're gay. You must like dick. Huh? Not wanting to have sex? Now guys, this is me right now in this moment, okay? I've been here for 2 weeks and I'm gonna tell you already, it's been completely overwhelming. So one of the things that has happened to me along my journey is that I have had sex with a lot of women. I've treated women very poorly, not in a way that's abusive, but just in my heart. I feel that I haven't treated them correctly, you know? Looking at them as a way to get something out of them, always interacting with them with the higher above myself wanting to get into their pants. And for myself, you know, after being with so many women, it's gotten exhausting. And so I got blessed back in September to do ayahuasca. And for the first time in my life, I saw my own energy and I saw how I was being, and I got to understand what's happening in the yoga room. I've been doing yoga for about 8 years now, and it just, my yoga game 10x'd from it. But in that process as well is that my relationship with women started to change. How I started to view women, how did I start viewing myself, and how I viewed sex in my temple. And then I started looking in, because I do so much meditation, that I'm really into the inner reality, into the inner version of the human experience. So what did that bring me? Well, it started to make me view sex differently. As a man, we just want to, you know, we're in that monkey energy, and a lot of us think sex is just dick in vagina, but really that's just the starting point of the whole experience of connecting with an opposite sex, or if you are in the same sex, the masculine and feminine energy. So what I came to realize was, you know, how much different can it be? Like, yes, your name changes, yes, your boob size changes, yes, your ass size changes, yes, your hair color changes, yes, your skin tone changes. I've literally had sex with pretty much every archetype, and it got to the point where, like, the more I had sex, and last time I was in Vegas, I ran that dry. You know, I came here to make a lot of money. I came here to have sex with a lot of women, and I did it. And oddly enough, I came here and I had sex with 5 different girls, and literally on all different kinds, shapes, and sizes and looks in 5 days. And by the 5th day, I grabbed the pillow on my bed. And most guys, if you're watching this, you're probably like, yeah, he did it, you know? And that got super confusing, because it's like, what? I am a man by how many women I have sex with? This doesn't make sense. How does this make me a man? Yeah, okay, there is an aspect of that, to be able to conversate, have women attracted to you. Let's put it in that way. That part is pretty, I guess it is an admirable trait. But the actual having women around you as a commodity, it's super confusing, especially if you're trying to come from your heart and in the spiritual journey. So when I was here last time, on that 5th day after she went home, and I was just like 5 days in a row, and her name just changed, I went to 5 nightclubs, all this crazy stuff. I grabbed the pillow and just screamed it. I just, ah! And at that point, I couldn't express myself, so all I could do was just scream. But now, coming here a year later, I know what I was going through. And it was because I was giving myself away, and I was taking on their energy, and I was giving my energy to them. See, it's beyond this, okay? It's like, yes, you just see this, but what's beyond that? What are the higher versions of what's happening into your own garden of self, into your own temple? What are you taking on? And that's what was happening, is that I was here taking on so much that before ayahuasca, I had no idea that all this was going on. So we come a year later, now back in Vegas. What a trip this is. What a trip this is. So, you know, I haven't had sex since my ayahuasca journey. Now that being said, 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master. To master one's self-mastery, self-tempo, to acknowledge the biology that's going down in the, they call it the root chakra, but if you're into more scientific term, into the groin nervous system down there. The biology that is happening in my genitals when I see a woman, it's like, that, you know, it spikes up, you know, and I still feel that. But it's like, okay, acknowledging the feeling and what do you do with that? Now, if you're a dude watching that, you probably, I don't even know if you're aware of this stuff, but if you feel that feeling down there, what do you do with it? Well, most of us go, yeah, and I still do that as well from time to time. You know, I'm working on this too. I read this book called Cultivating Masculine Energy and through Sexual Kung Fu. What? Sexual Kung Fu? Yes, dudes, get into this stuff. If you even care superficially about getting laid a whole bunch, this will step your game up. This will make you understand the sexual experience to such a higher level, because you got to look at yourself as a business, right? Your temple, who you are, you're a business. You want clients, right? You want, and then better yet, you want return customers. So what do you have to do? Well, you have to provide more value. So I would highly recommend start researching into these realms. They've got this beautiful website. Now, guys, be careful with this because you could get caught in it. It's called Oh My God Yes, and it's actually a site that helps you navigate the woman's orgasm. And a woman can orgasm in 11 different ways, and each vagina has 8,000 receptors in the vagina. So it's very important to learn to navigate the woman's flower. And if you're, again, not a dude in that way, thinking in these terms, the vagina or the pussy, all right? So let's get back to being celibate in Vegas. What the heck's that all about? So I've come here through a calling, I guess, to get tested, and it's interesting. What you resist persists, you know. So I'm coming here in Vegas with my heart, you know, and not after these superficialities anymore. Although in the most arguably the superficial capital city in North America, and so it's become this interesting complex. So all these, you know, I've been communicating with all these women, and it's been so interesting. It's like, because I'm so unattached from the pleasure side of the interaction, it's just like the flow is going so much easier now. Since I've been here for about almost 2 weeks, I've already had 4 women ask for my number, giving me, one girl gave me a business card yesterday. Please call me. She speaks Spanish, you know. Please call me. I'm like, what the heck's happening? Like, this is the reverse. Here I was last time trying so hard, now it's coming back at me, but I guess I'm not in that state of caring for all that. Now, I want to talk to you about something that has come up more than once, and I hope if there's a woman watching this that you can really hear this, and it's pretty special. So oftentimes, not like, guys, if you don't know this about women are very empathetic, they're very emotional, so they feel a lot more. They're a lot more aware of energy, of their feelings than we are naturally. If you do yoga, if you exercise, if you meditate, you eat right, as a man, you can get into the state that a woman is in naturally. Now, I want to pose this question on you. If you're not aware of it, does it mean it's not there? You know, because maybe some of the words I'm saying are, you're like, what's that all about? But let's give you an example. I blow a dog whistle and you can't hear it, but the dog can. But does that mean it's not there because you can't hear it? So that's the same stuff with the words I'm talking about right now. Like, allow your mind to open into these concepts, because if you're thinking and you're sledgehammering these thoughts down, you know, we call it your teachability index. It's like, what's your willingness to learn and what's your willingness to accept change? So just because you're not aware of maybe some of the things I'm talking about, does it mean it's not there? I don't know. That's for you to decide in your reality. But when I'm talking about this with the women here, it's been very interesting, because a woman who has like a very stressful day. So one of the things I've been cultivating is learning to hug from my heart. You know, often not a lot of people hug away from the heart. You'll see it next time you hug someone. You're naturally gonna go to the other side, away from the heart. But that's why I kind of Kobe Bryant someone into giving me a hug on the heart side. And I've practiced this so often now that like I love giving hugs because I can communicate way more than I can through my mouth, and I can give you, what are you aware of, but I can give you way more of myself through my heart. And so often than not, Vegas is pretty intense. So some of the times I've asked women here, like, hey, can I give you a hug from my heart? And they're like, what? No. Like, that's their instant reaction, which is fair enough, right? This is a superficial place. It's a built-off pleasure. Of course, some strange cat, can I give you a hug from my heart? Like, what the heck? Of course not. But then I have to tell them, like, no, like, come on, like, it's not like that. Like, I can tell you're stressed out. And I had it happen just yesterday. And I told the girl, I'm like, hey, stand up. Let's go, stand up. And she stood up, and she first gave me, I love the classic one, because people are so awkward with touch, because they're not used to getting touched correctly, is like, she gave me like these little T-Rex arms around my shoulders, and I'm like, no, hug me like you would hug your mom or your grandmother, like, bring it around, come on, get into me, you know, like, bring yourself into me. And I have to do this a couple times, especially the first time I give a girl a hug from me, because like they're like, wait, what's this dude's intentions? It's like, well, let me show you. And so she put her arms around me, and what I do, guys, and this might be something cool for you to try, is now I want to sync breaths with her. Why do I want to sync breaths with her? So the masculine and feminine energy can sync, and when we can sync our energies together, we can kind of equalize each other out. This is why I love hugging women too, because it helps me as well. So when I'm hugging her, our hearts are going heart to heart, and then I'm bringing all my awareness in my body into this part of self, into my heart, and then I'm giving that to her freely in an abundance way, and not asking anything from return, and just giving and giving and giving from my heart. And it's funny, she kind of stepped back afterwards, right? We did a couple breaths, and I know I can feel, I take a woman just a little bit further than she's comfortable with, and then show her that she's safe. I took her back to that point in the hug, and I let go. And then her instant reaction, because she's never felt this kind of genuine love from a man before, I can tell because how she reacts to it. And she's like, what the fuck? You're just trying to feel my boobs. And I'm like, I'm sitting back smiling, because that's her reaction, is to distrust, because it's like, well, what the heck? I've never felt that level of love before. Now you're just going to distrust it. So with that being said, she sat back, and I was like, you feel better now, don't you? And because she hesitated, you can watch this in people. When you ask a question and they hesitate and add the facial expressions and the body language to it, you know right away. And I just started laughing. I'm like, you look at you. You're trying to make up an excuse, but you feel better. And now we've built that trust with each other, that next time if she's in that state, she can trust me and I can be there from my heart. And it's something that I do a lot with women right now, especially because I'm not after the sexual side of things. And again, guys, this is me today, so anything can change, and I'm just as susceptible to everything like you guys are. And this is the highest, like, this is the last, you know, addiction that I have, that I'm working with and learning to navigate with. And how do you take something that's so beautiful and not take advantage of it, and you know, make it more like a beautiful flower in the experience, you know? And if you guys, if you're a guy watching this, look at my shirt, you know? If an energy from a woman could be in any energy, it's probably close to this, you know? Like, they're a very soft, naturally soft creatures. Now, you obviously you get all types of different women, but as men, if you can change your relationship with women, how you view them, at least this is what I've done for myself, what you really want, you could have way more of. Oddly enough, if you start understanding the higher subtleties of a woman. And a lot of dudes aren't aware of this. They're so caught up in their boner. And don't worry, I was there. But this is the stuff that chicks are getting so frustrated with nowadays. It's just like so many dudes are in their boner and they can't get out of it. And if you're in your boner, like, what I mean by that is if you're only concentrated on the genitals of trying to get that from a woman, it can work, and I've done it as well, but you know, it's short-lived. What we're really all searching for is to feel good, and that's a short-lived feel good. You're gonna come for about like 3 seconds, and then it's kind of all over, and then you basically just want to slap her face and get her to push her away, like, go away, oh my god, get out of my house. Like, for 3 minutes or for 3 seconds of pleasure, I don't know. That's not for me anymore, and that's why I'm here cultivating a deeper connection of here for a tantric relationship. So that is my spiel on me being celibate right now in Vegas.